Okay, you guys, so this is the steering wheel of the car. It is a 2015 Hyundai Sonata. And I think it's like a limited or something like that. Please don't mind the yelling in the background. That's people being cray cray. But anyway, so the car steering wheel has a couple of features. That's why I'm starting off by showing you the steering wheel. If I press this button, she'll like talk to me and say, you can look up stuff in the car, ask for help, call people, and things of that nature. And I'll show you more in depth with that in a little bit. And then these are different modes that I can put stuff in. This is to turn the radio up and down and to change the radio stations. To change the radio channels though itself, like if you don't have set stations, is actually this button over here. And then of course to call and hang up. The horn, duh. And then this button is so I can have different information displayed down here. And I'm going to crank the car up and show you guys. It also has cruise control, which is a must for me because I do a lot of commuting back and forth from home to the city that I'm in right now. And then OK is just so you can select a person to call. If you go up and down the list, you can select OK. And then it's cancel, and you press the cancel not to cancel the calls, but to cancel like the cruise control. So you'll like hit cruise and then you'll hit down for set, and if you want to reset it up, and then to cancel cruise control altogether you hit the cancel button. And then on these things they have different, if the camera could focus, there we go, it has different things. So you could have it on like say you had your windshield wipers. It doesn't want to. Okay, there we go. Say you have your windshield wipers on. You could pull this thing down all the way so they go fast. But I can also do it if the camera will stop acting crazy. I can also do it intermediate. So I can have it fast but really fast, or slow and like medium slow, if that makes any sense. And then over here, I always have it on auto lights because I don't like having to turn the lights on. But basically, the car can sense when it needs to turn your lights on, and it'll turn it on for you without you having to like turn the lights on all the time. And it also has lights on the car like that are just kind of for show. They're not really for anything, but they're just like lights up under the lights, which doesn't really make sense to me. But you can turn that off with the DRL off button. And then this is just to turn my lights on. And then I believe these are fog lights. I believe. Don't quote me on that. And then, of course, high beams, if you feel like you need to do that, is forward. But I leave it on auto. And as you can see, it'll tell you when your lights are on. And with auto, it doesn't really say because the lights aren't on right now. But if the lights would be on, you'll just wait a few minutes after you lock the car, and then the lights will go off. Over here is the driver's like controls, and this is so I can control my mirrors left and right, locking, unlocking the car, simple stuff. The thing I like about this car is the fact that you can lock the windows, but it doesn't necessarily lock the passengers, so they could like still roll down their window, which I like because most of the time when you lock the windows in a car, it locks all of them rather than just the back seat. And you don't really need to lock an adult's window. At least I feel like you don't. And then this is the side door. Yes, it has some crumbs in it. I think I set like a granola bar in there, so it got kind of yucky. And then this is where you can change the gears, of course. With this car, it has another button, if I can find it. Okay, no, it doesn't. I guess that's not how my mom did it. So what she must have did is you can, when the car is cranked, you can pull it all the way back, and it'll go past drive, and it'll be like right here. And when you want to shift gears, you'll move the gear over, like you'll move this whole thing over, which is why it has the extra little space right here, because as you're shifting up gears, you'll just tap it and it'll accelerate in gears. And to do the opposite, like to downshift, you'd push it the other way. But I don't play with that because I don't know how to drive stick shift. But it is nice that I have the option to learn if I'd like. These are just receipts from work and from gas, honestly. Usually, oh, it's a penny in here. I'll put that in my change area. I told you guys the car wasn't ready for a tour, but this is as ready as it's going to get considering I'm so busy all the time. But normally I sit my receipts from work in here, like when I clock out and stuff like that. That's what all this stuff is. And then I sit my cell phone here, which I'm using my phone right now to record, but this is where my phone goes. And then you have this button right here that says drive mode. And when the car is cranked, which I'm going to do that now because so I can show you guys. But the drive mode, changes up here. Like, you see how it goes to eco to sport and then all. In eco, the only time I put it in sport is if I'm like really trying to rush and get somewhere. But most of the time I leave it in eco just so I can save gas, because as you see, I need gas yet again. But I'm not going to record me getting gas again. And then, like I said, this button right here changes this so I can see what station I'm playing. It'll show me like the tire pressure and temperature outside, mileage. Yes, I have a lot of miles, don't judge. And then driving assist. So you can have it where the car will unlock, you know, when you put it in park, or you could take it off. You could actually customize what you want it to do. You can customize what the lights do and stuff like that. You can have it where the car makes a sound when you get in, which I used to have it like that, but it got on my nerves. You can customize the trunk, because with my car, the trunk is like, if you stand near it with the key fob, because it is a key fob, it's not like a straight up key, but if you stand near it with that, and it'll beep 3 times, and then the trunk will open for you, which I think is really nice in case your hands are full or something like that. But yeah, you can see how fast you're going, and that's all by pressing this button multiple times. Each time you press it, a different display is shown, which I think is nice. And then also about this car, it's a push to start. And for the longest, I didn't know like what to do in events where I didn't want to crank up the car, but I wanted to like listen to music or have the air on, which I can do while the car is in this mode. I don't want to though. I mean, it's fine in here right now. But instead of me pressing the brake, which is down here, and pressing the button, you just press the button once and then twice, and then if you want to turn the battery off completely and the car off, you'll just press it again. But I don't have to have the key too close. This is the car key right here. It's on this thing my mom got me. It just says haha, and then it's a smiley face. And then I have an extra bobby pin in here. Again, the car needs to be vacuumed out, but that's no biggie. So yeah, I don't have to like take a key out and unlock the car. I just press the button on the side of the car. I don't even use this half the time to open the trunk or anything, because like I said, if I have this in my hand, the trunk will open. And if I have this just attached to my purse or on myself, on my personal being, or personal body, however you like to say, I can just press the button that's on the outside of the car and the door will unlock for me. And if I press it again, then it'll unlock for the passengers. And it's also a button like that on the passenger side. But on the passenger side, when you press that button to get in without using this, it'll unlock the entire car, like all the back seats and the front seat. Which is great, because usually if you have a passenger getting in, it's like some kids in the back or something like that. In the cup holder, I have some gum and another receipt from work. Wow, I need to throw these away because that's ridiculous. But, and then of course I have my water, because I've been trying to drink a lot of water. What I like about this car though is the fact that I can take this out, and look at how clean that is. But I have this in there because I have siblings, and if they make a mess, I'd rather they make a mess in this liner rather than in the actual car itself. And then up here is where I keep like money for gas, and I have a car charger. I wanted it to match my cell phone because I have the rose gold one. And if you plug it up to the tablet charger, it'll charge your phone faster than the phone USB option. I have a lip gloss in here just in case I don't have time to put on one before work. I have a pen because with my job you have to have a pen, and like just spare changes in here. What I like about this car is I have a charger over here on the driver's side, and there's one on the passenger side, and there's also a US focus camera. Please. There we go. There's also a USB up here which you can play your music to, and an AUX cord. I don't have an AUX cord. I don't really feel a need to buy one, only because the car can play my cell phone's music without me plugging it up to anything. Like, it just registers my phone through Bluetooth, and I don't have to plug it up, which I like because then you don't overcharge your battery. What I really love about this car is this feature. I can have it set, you know, if you take it off a sync, the driver might want it really cold, so it'll be like 60 degrees, but the passenger can be burning up and have it on like high, which I think is really great, because you know when you in the car and it's like long car trips and you with that one person that's always hot or whatever, and you just wish they kind of weren't in the car, because then you have to have on the heat simply because they're cold. This car also has heated seats. It has an option of 3, 2, or 1. Usually I have it on 3 when I first get in the car because my butt's freezing, especially lately because the weather's been crazy. And then as I've been sitting in the car a while, eventually I put it on 1 because this gets really hot, and I don't know about you, but I don't want my butt burning up. And that option's for the passenger as well as the people in the back seat, but I'll show you that in a bit. It has front and rear defrost, duh, common sense, and this is how you control the force of the air. What I do like about this car is on a hot day, when I get in the car and say I have it on the air, the car will automatically, when it turns on, be up this high just to cool off the leather seats in here. And then as you drive, it'll lower the temperature. And say you were to make a phone call, it would lower the air so you could hear the person you're talking to. And then the time is right here, the hazard button, which hopefully I don't need, you know, hopefully I don't be breaking down or anything. And then this is the radio station or system, console, whatever you'd like to call it. When I first got the car, the guy was like, go ahead and tap the screen. And I was thinking to myself, I was trying to press these buttons on the side. I was like, I don't want to look like an idiot and be up here touching a screen that's not touch screen. But it actually is touch screen, and I'll play a little bit of music. This is, I have Sirius radio. I don't know how you say it. Wait, could you be quiet, radio? I have Sirius radio, which is basically just internet radio. So yeah, but I'll show you the stations that I have scheduled. This is the trial station that you can listen to for free. And then this is the heat, which is just like, you know, R&B. I love that song. But anyway, and then this is throwback R&B. This is the Christian station. I like this song too. And then this is my jazz. I do like jazz music. My mom doesn't really like to listen to it, so it doesn't get played a lot. And then my Radio Disney, which is basically what I listen to all the time because it puts me in the best mood for work. Also with the radio, this is one of the options. You can have it, if I hurry up. Okay, you can have one radio station. So basically you could have like 3 different sets of playlists because you have 3 different options for radio, and then AM, you know, 3 options. And then you can have the 3 on the bottom, meaning, so I have the first one all programmed, and then say someone else is driving, they could have the second one, and then a third person could have the third, and it would have all 6 of the stations that they enjoy. And then media is how it hooks up to my cell phone for directions and or music. So like I said, it doesn't take a cord. Phone, I can add phones. It has my entire contact list. I can even play games in the car if I choose, but I usually don't. This is how I mute stuff, which I don't really do that either. And then this is just to scan radio stations, and then the setup is to like switch phone users. My mom's phone is paired to the car, so I could pair hers, but mine is the primary phone paired, so. And then of course it'll have all her contacts and stuff like that, and you can even turn Bluetooth off if you rather. It also has a CD player, which I think is pretty nice. And then it has this little glove box over here, which I keep a lot of things that I think I might need. I'm sorry this video is so long. This is why I didn't want to do it, because I was like, it's going to be so long. But I'm trying to go quickly. But I think I'm actually going to go get on that side of the car to show you what's over here, just because you can't really see really well. So one moment. Okay, this is on the passenger side. I just have some sanitary napkins in case I'm out and about or at work and need some. I have some tampons. I have Kleenex in case people need Kleenex. You never know when you need some tissue in your life. And then I also have goldfish in here because one of my jobs is nice enough to feed their employees, but the other job is kind of expensive, even with the employee discount on like their dining. So I just eat goldfish or whatever. And then I have some Vaseline in there. I probably need some for my ashy hands. And then I have some lotion for people to use in case their hands are, you know, dry. This is just the white citrus from Bath and Body Works. And then I have some extra change in here. This is a change purse I got for Christmas one year. But I just keep it in the car just in case I need to wash my uniform. Or if, you know, I'm short on money but I need some gas, or I need like a payphone or something like that. Just anything. Yes, payphones are hard to find, but there are some still available in case you absolutely need it. But yeah, it's enough in here to get like some gas or something to eat if I'm starved and don't have any money. I also have some car wipes, which I use to wipe off the car. But only in certain spots on the car because, like I said, it does have leather seats. So I can't use these wipes all over. But my mom was nice enough to get these for me. And then I have some sun chips in here. And these are ones that I actually didn't know they had. They're like Farmhouse Ranch. But they taste so good. They're almost gone though because I eat that during break as well, like I said. And then I have, I just bought this a couple of days ago. It's Junior Strength Ibuprofen. And it's just a little box basically of pills. This is the same thing that I had in my What's in My Purse video. But this is just Target brand rather than Advil's brand. But I keep it in the car in case I get cramps, like I said, or nauseated or anything. But that's all that's in the glove box. And then car information, of course. Down here is the rest of my snacks, which is a ton of goldfish in here. But the reason I have so many goldfish and not other snacks is because I've kept muffins in the car before. Like, you know those muffins that are prepackaged, but they went nasty in the car. Like, they got really gross while sitting in the car because it was so hot. And then this is my mom's umbrella. She left it in here, but she can't go anywhere because, like I said, she had surgery, so. And then these are just my shoes that I said I could use for clinicals. They need to be clean. They look so yucky on the bottom. But I have those over here. I try and not sit them down on the ground like this, but I don't really have a choice because otherwise they're just tumbling around as I drive. Over here I have some bags for like trash, if people have trash in the car, or if someone feels a little sick, because I have had times where my grandma felt not so well. So I decided to keep bags in the car just in case. And like I said, my period can cause me to get sick sometimes. So I have bags in here just in case. Hopefully I won't ever need that. And in each side door, even in the back seat, it's not for cups. They have one specifically for water bottles, which is really great because in my household, we all have assigned water bottles. And we have like a ton. We have some from the Christian store, some that are like tumblers. You know, we just have a lot of water bottles. This is the notepad I keep in here just in case I need to write things down. And then this is information from my job that I just keep over here. And again, this is how the passenger rolls down the window and rolls it up. And then the lock and unlock button. And then this is the last thing up front that, you know, I have to really show you all. And this is, I don't know what to call this, a safety box, I guess. It's not really a glove box, but I don't really know what to call it. So, I'm just trying to adjust so you all can see. So inside here, if I can get the camera straight. There we go. These are my house keys. I don't carry them around with me a lot because I just need them to get in and out of the house. So I keep them in the car and I take them out when I am going in the house. But I just keep them in here when I'm driving around just so I don't have to lug around 2 sets of keys. Because like I said, my car key is nothing that I have to necessarily have out all the time. And then I have mascara because I like to wear mascara at work since we're not allowed to wear so much makeup. I have a hair clip in here in case I want to pull my hair up or wrap up a bag of chips. You know, I use them as chip clips. And I just recently put this in the car. It's a golden pineapple luau. It smells so good. But I thought I needed to keep some hand sanitizer in the car just because kids are in this car a lot. My baby cousins like to play in my car as well, which I totally don't mind. They like driving and stuff. And the seats are adjustable by control, so they like pushing the button and going forward and backwards. This can pop out actually, so if it's something that you don't want in the car, like out, you can have it in the glove box. And my glove box actually can be locked, which I guess I could show you really quickly. So what you do is you take my car key, and I don't know if I could do this with one hand, but you press this button and then pull up, and an actual car key comes out. 1 second, I'll get it out. Okay. And then an actual car key comes out, and you can lock this with the car key, or you can get in the car if this ever dies, because this does run on batteries. The other car they were going to put me in actually had a charging station for this, but this car does not. So every time I need a battery, I have to pay $10 for a battery for this, and the key does take up the battery and get low. But I have to go to a Hyundai dealership and get a battery for this ever so often, so that way I can take the car and not have to worry about going anywhere, because you can get in, but you can't crank up the car with the key. You can just get inside the car. And then in here I have an umbrella in case it rains. I also have, oh, this is so uncomfortable. I'm so used to sitting in the driver's seat. I also have this lotion from Bath and Body Works. It's just a larger lotion. I thought I wanted something in here that's more like a body lotion rather than a hand cream, and this is their body lotion. It's sweet pea, but like for teens, and I usually take that into work with me. And then I have a charger for my iPhone. This is the cloth I use to wipe down the leather seats. As you see, there's leather in the front and the back seats. So I also have the leather cleaner in here, and you have to clean it before it gets hot outside. My grandpa told me that, and he was like, you have to clean it so that way the leather doesn't crack. You can already see some spots where the leather had tried to crack, where like car seats can be installed because it's so tight, but I've been trying to keep up with the leather. And that's all that's really in there. It's not that much in there. And then on the side of each chair, it has these buttons, and you can hear it. You can go, forward and backwards and things of that nature without having to push yourself up or anything like that. And then up here, I have some car fresheners. I have two. One on the driver's side, one on the passenger side. It also has lights, so you can have them where they are on or come on when the doors are open, or off. I like to leave them where they come on when the doors open. And then I have a place for sunglasses. And then over here I also have this little pen. It says, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not unto your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct your paths. I got this out of the Christian store. Unfortunately, a lot of Christian stores are closing, which is really breaking my heart. But I got it out of a Christian store before I got the car. And then we have mirrors. And each mirror, the driver's and the passenger side, has a light. So you open the mirror and it automatically turns on the light. So if you were to ever leave this open, you would be draining the battery, and eventually you wouldn't have a light when you open this up anymore. And then what else was I going to show you all? I also have some bags over there, as you can see. But I guess the only thing left to show you all is the back seat. Also, this little car mount thing is what you all sit on in order to be recording me while I drive. But I didn't think that was that important. Oh, there is one more feature I wanted to show you up front. 1 second. Okay, so I have fully cranked the car up now, and the features I wanted to show you. When you put the car in reverse while pressing the brake with the car cranked, of course, does have a backup cam, and it shows you like where you are and where you'll be by turning the steering wheel, which way you'll be facing, which I really do enjoy that feature. And then of course when you drive, it'll go away. But I really do enjoy that feature. It was a feature that really sold me over on this car, simply because I'm not the greatest at backing up. But it was really hard when I took my driver's test, because you have to back up in order to get your license at the DMV. But yeah, I really like that feature. And then over here, I can adjust the brightness of the lights inside the car, which I like to keep it up high because I like it bright. And then this is what shows me when a car is coming. So as you see, it lights up when a car is beside me. And if I'm driving on the highway or on the road and I'm about to get over and a car is there, it'll beep really loud in the car, so I know that I cannot get over, and that's on both sides. Also, when I'm backing up, it'll make a noise. Like if I was in reverse right now, since a car just went by, it will make a noise and it would say a pedestrian's crossing or a car is coming. This is to get gas. This is to pop the trunk, and I'm not sure what this button does, so we're going to leave that alone. But that is the only other feature I was going to show you up front, and then last but not least, I'll show you the back seat. Okay, so this is probably the weirdest thing ever, that I'm actually in the back seat of my car. It feels so weird, but it's so spacious back here, and the seats lean back so you don't have to like sit up straight like you're in military school. But it's so much space back here, and this is with me and the passenger seat. Yes, it needs to be vacuumed in here. Anyway, this is with me and the passenger seat back pretty far where we're comfortable, and it's so much leg room back here, like it really is. In the back seat, the kids or the backseat passengers, I need to clean this with a wipe. But anyway, they have air vents and they can adjust it. This is my sister's side. Yes, her and my brother have sides. So this is her side, this is his side. If they get too cold or too hot, they can close the air vent completely and not get air. But they have the choice of adjusting the airflow on each other or themselves. They also have a charging station back here, which is really nice because I just got them tablets and they like to charge those, and I have a super long cord that they can either charge way up front with me or they can charge back here, and I need to get one where they could both charge at the same time, but I haven't done that just yet. And as I said before, the back seat does have heated seats. When they press this, it'll turn on and light up. My brother has a habit of playing with this, unfortunately, which is kind of annoying because I don't want him to tear it up and then I have to pay for something, considering I just got the car a little while ago. But these are the back seats, and oops, that just shows you how greasy my hands are. So it's like they're greasy on this side and dry on this side. But anyway, they can heat up the seats, and you know, if they're cold, they can warm up their butt, and then this is for their windows to go up and down. Another feature I really love about this car is whenever I do finally have a kid, I don't have to buy the sun visor that people have to buy for infants because my car automatically has it on both sides, which my siblings really enjoy using for the simple fact they are able to control if sun is on them and stuff like that, and it's great for when they're doing homework and things of that nature. And it goes really far. If they were ever play with it, like, it goes beyond the thing. So if I did have a child and they couldn't be in the sunlight at all, which some kids can, I could just pin it up there, but they just normally keep it up here. But even still, a little bit of sunlight does come through. That's why I was saying it extends even farther, but it just goes up and down. But I think that's pretty cool. And then they have little hooks back here, and then the regular thing where you can put your arm. And they also have their own light back here because the only other light in this car is way up there. So it is nice they have a light back here. And of course, the same thing is on my brother's side or the passenger side of the car. And my sister has napkins over here. She has her side pretty gross. Like, if you look at it, she has, excuse my feet, she has more crumbs than he does. This is another car mount that I just keep in the back seat. And it's for my camera, but I don't really use it like that. My dad gave it to me though, so I kept it. But yeah, they can put water bottles in the side, which they do. They normally have water bottles and a cup, and then this is the actual cup holder in the middle. It's just the armrest that pulls down, and it's actually enough room for them each to have a cup in here and have like a small fry, which I really like that they can put something else in the middle because they have a tendency of arguing, and it's great that they can, you know, share the space and have maybe little toys in here or whatever they'd like. And it just closes up inside of here. And then I'm not going to show you all what's inside the pockets, but they are stretchy pockets on both sides, and they're leather too. So I forgot to actually wipe these off when I cleaned the seats, which you can tell because my siblings have been putting their feet on the seat pockets. But anyway, I need to definitely clean those and clean the seat. The only part of the seat that's not leather is this part right here, and that is not a lot because all this is leather, all this is leather, all of this. So it just takes a lot of leather cleaner to clean the car, but I'm not complaining. I'm grateful. It's my shoes for work in here, and then it's a little net that I could put things in, which is really great with having younger siblings because she can put her instrument in here, and then backpacks can be in the back of the trunk. There's a flag in here. It's super huge, like it goes way back deep. But yeah, they can basically put a lot in here, and her instrument won't get messed up if it's in here. versus out there with the book bags and my shoes. And it also has a thing for gas in here, as well as little storage things on the side. You can put things in here. And it also has an escape thing for in the trunk. And that's the car tour.